Morning, everyone. Just wanted to do a video today, talk about the last few developments in my modification. Um, First off, I've had a few people ask me about any updates on the ink magazine shoot. Um, so the first offer that they gave me was too soon. Um, I couldn't make it. I told them no. I ended up trying to make it anyway, but it was still too soon. And they counter offered me for a shoot in Germany, but I haven't heard back from them since then on the dates. So I'm not exactly sure when that is, or if that is, or anything like that. So I guess I, people, as much as I do at this point, as cool as it would be, I'm not sweating it. These sorts of weird offers are coming in quite often now, and it's not even something I'm pursuing. It's just kind of a, you know, if you can, why not? Um, what else? Okay, sorry, a little off topic already. Um, my Libre is back down to 19 millimeters again. The 20 millimeter jewelry I have is it's just not cutting it. It's too, I think it's too thick or something. I can't figure out exactly what the problem is, which is the reason why I haven't ordered a new piece yet, because I haven't decided what I'd need to change to make it work better. Um, but for whatever reason, it's just too thick on the inside and it's causing discomfort. So for the time being, 19 millimeter is the size I'm at, and as unhappy about that as I am, I'm not one to risk extreme discomfort or possible like gum problems or teeth problems or anything like that just for the look. I'll figure it out. It is going to end up being 20 millimeter, that's for sure. Whether it's with that piece of jewelry or another piece, I just need to figure out the exact problem with it before I order another piece and then run into the same problem or a different problem. Anyway, so just a quick update about the Libre there. Um, what else? So Monday, I had an extra appointment this week, tattoo appointment. So I had two tattoo appointments this week. I was debating on making two separate videos, but I figured that this could just be one really good video, really thorough video. Um, First thing that I did was I got this arm, the black, touched up, quite a bit of it, the lower part of the arm. We'll have to do a touch-up run on the upper part of the arm next. But not only did I get the lower arm touched up, I also got my hand reblacked. And we're 3 days in now. And this time, this point last time, my hand was goopy and running and full of plasma and way more swollen and stuff. This is actually looking really good. Like I can't see the skin through it. Like I can't see the skin tone through it this time like I could last time. At this point last time I could see like in the cracks all like the skin showing through, like the skin tone. And this time I can't really. So yeah, the second pass was a huge success. If it was any more painful at all, it was only just barely more painful. Like my artist asked me when we started, "How's it feeling this time?" And I'm like, "Well, honestly, it might be more painful. It's hard to tell because it was so much pain the first time and the second time that you're kind of having a hard time figuring out what's different." But if you gain any knowledge at all from the first time, it's kind of in what to set yourself up for. Like I kind of knew what the pain was going to be like the second time there, so it seemed more bearable. Plus, having the black ink already in but faded, it just meant for skimming and touching up. Anytime you just have to bring the pigment back, it doesn't take as long, and you don't have to go as deep. So it's never quite as bad. For one thing, like when I left the first time, my hand was so goopy and full of plasma and just bleeding for the whole rest of the night. And the next day, um, when I left there Monday afternoon, the bleeding had already stopped and it hasn't started again since. So there's been no plasma. Um, Another thing I did, I go back and forth between dry healing and Aquaphor or Saniderm. This last time I used Aquaphor, a brand new bottle of Aquaphor, so there would be no contamination or no infection potentially. I I use jars of Aquaphor, but if you get dipping in there all the time, there's a likelihood that you're gonna end up introducing bacteria in. So I use Q-tips to get a little bit out. But even then, when I'm getting like a fresh hand tattoo, I want to be using a brand new bin of Aquaphor. But anyway, last time I felt like with the plasma and stuff, it was too moist. It was just too runny and gooey and weird. So I decided that for this time I would dry heal the hand, and I don't like dry healing hands much, but it seems like it's doing a better job of it. For one thing, that it feels like the wounds were all sealed up 2 days in, so now it's just waiting for it to flake off and all that. I think it's going to be completely usable by tomorrow. I can already bend my fingers quite a bit. Last time I couldn't bend my fingers for 4.5, 5 days. So yeah, second pass, definitely a good idea. And for anyone who's wanting to get their hand tattooed, their fingers tattooed, bank on a second pass to make it as good as you can. We may even get a third pass in on it one day, but that'll be a long time from now, because I'm thinking that it's going to be solid enough that I'm okay with it for a while. Where the first pass, it needed the love. Like, if I felt like it was the responsible thing to do. If you're going to do it once, you should do it twice to make it better, wear it better, and it looks better just in general. Anyway, babbling about that. So I had another appointment Wednesday morning, my typical appointment, and we started on my stomach finally. I've been putting it off for a while. If you've been watching these videos, I've been talking about it for a while now, how I'm going to do it, when I'm going to do it. We finally bit the bullet, because we kind of have to get chopping on it. If my artist's eventually moving away here, we want to get most of, or not, if not all of it done before someone else has to finish it or something like that. And in which case, if someone else has to finish it, someone else has to finish it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to stop the project now. It's just, you want to get the tattoo you're working on done by one person, finished by that person. It's always been awkward bringing it to another person. And I feel like this torso is Lee's to finish. It's his tattoo kind of thing. This blackout project we're on is he and I's project. So it'll be a little odd to have someone fix it. Or not fix it, finish it. So I'd like to get that wrapped up before he's out of town. Anyway, stomach was a solid 8 the whole way, as usual. See if I can show it off here. Okay. It's not the best view, but I have limited use of my hand, and I don't want to screw around with the camera too much. But we got a lot covered in there. Blacked out the belly button and stuff like that. It was already blacked out once years ago, but we figured we're there, we may as well hit it again. So that's that. In the coming weeks, we'll be doing the sides of it, and we'll be going all the way up the ribs to connect up to the armpits on either side. And it goes all the way into the back too. I can't really show it off right now, but I'll do a video where you can see it. The tentacles connect all the way into the back piece, so it's going to be a lot of work. Like, I'm banking 5 or 6 more appointments. My artist thinks probably 3 or 4, but realistic this way, and there's a lot there. There's a lot there. So this is a big project that we've started on, and it's going to be painful the whole way, and I'm really kind of looking forward to it, but also kind of dreading it, because it's these aren't pleasant areas. But anyway, what else? Another thing I wanted to address today was, like, I've been getting a lot of weird comments. Like, got some on a video a little while ago here, and like, I don't usually address like criticism or insults or like weird stuff like that, because I get that shit all the time. But this one about like I've had some people like calling me a reverse Michael Jackson, or like I'm trying to be black or something. This doesn't have a fucking thing to do with race, and it's a little offensive and disgusting that people even say. And it's like never colored people that say it. It's like it's people who are whiter than me, who are like defensive for black people. Like, whoa, what are you trying to do? Change your race? Oh, like, aren't you proud to be white? And ba 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 and all this. How has this got anything to do with race? It's black ink, for God's sake. It's not like I'm wearing a blackface or something. It really isn't. It's not the same thing. This is a body modification that's existed for a very, very long time. I understand that it's relatively new for the West, but this has nothing to do with race at all. I know black people who have got blackout tattoos. So this idea needs to go away. Like, and it's not even because I'm so offended for myself, but just like it's sketchy when you get a bunch of people talking like this, and you're just kind of like you come back to it. You wake up in the morning, you look at your comments, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, whose idea was this? Like, who thinks this way? Who really thinks that this is the same thing? And for one thing, it's black ink. Okay, like it's like if you got a whole bunch of white tattoos as a black guy, I wouldn't think that that would make you a white person. You know, it's silly. It's silly, and it's not even funny. Like I just don't get it. Like if it wasn't so much, like I've had it on quite a few. Like I'll get posted on Job Stoppers and different pages like Blackout Tattoo Style and stuff, and like people are always just on it. Like all this so he can use the N word, all this so he gets an N pass and stuff like that. And it's just like, are you insane? All this for that? Like I don't think so. Anyway, that's just a quick rant. It's just so stupid. Like it's honestly the dumbest thing I've come across in all of my time on the internet in regards to what I'm doing, because it's just absolutely silly. But anyway, so yeah, in the coming weeks we're going to be working more on this, and I've got some face tattoo updates coming eventually. I don't know where we'll fit that in, but we're going to be working longer sessions and stuff. So we'll probably do. You can only do so much on one area, so that's why we only did as much as we did on the stomach. Blackwork is very, very disruptive, intense, does a lot of damage to the surface. So what I would imagine we're going to end up doing with a lot of our projects is we're going to do a big chunk of the torso, and then we're going to move on to something else that day. Like we might hit like the back of my head that same day, or like touch up my arm afterwards, or I want to black out this rose. I did this one. It needs to be hit a little more, but like we'll do like little things as the progression goes with the torso. We'll do something else with it so that we're kind of tackling two fronts each appointment from here out. That way it doesn't feel like we need 3 or 4 more months and we only have 2, you know. Anyway, I didn't want to make this one too long because honestly, I'm still pretty tired from the last few days. Getting pretty wailed on with tattoos. Like I said, I did half my arm and my whole hand and fingers, and then we tore into my stomach too. So it's been an interesting few days. I used to go this hard when I was a little younger, but it's the kind of thing that if you're not used to doing 2 a week and then you do 2 a week, you're like, oh my god. Like I did 2 a week for 2 years straight, pretty well, and I was getting pretty burnt out with it. And then when you do 2 a week, 1 week, a couple years later, and you're like, yeah, I can see how this burnt me out, because your body really only wants to be healing one area at a time, you know. You only have enough white blood cells to heal so much. If you stress that out for too much for too long, then I don't think things heal as well. Anyway, If you found these videos, or sorry, this video or my other videos like it useful or interesting, be sure to share them with your friends, and follow me on Instagram, same name, Ephemeral Remy, and have a good day.